going to pass the Senate or the House. We're not going to trade lower costs for housing for taking away our voting rights. That's a trade no one would make.
The only way you could get there is to undo or get rid of the legislative filibuster, and there aren't even close to the votes here in the United States Senate in order to achieve that.
President Trump is pushing Republicans to get rid of the Senate filibuster completely to pass the measure. In a primetime address, President Trump kicked off a weeks-long celebration for America's 250th birthday, largely focusing his speech on the history of America while weaving in his administration's agenda over the last year or so. He talked about his agenda from immigration to his Clean Up D.C. project, also praising the American economy, military, technology, and people.
Tonight, as we stand on the edge of our 250th year of independence, I am thrilled to declare that America is back.
President Trump also talked about the July 4th celebrations and that he will be speaking again on stage.
And it's been interesting just to look around and see what all she's got in there.
Coming up, Dolly Parton opens a new attraction in the Southeast. Take a look at how she's taking a page out of Bucky's book next.
It's more than a piano. It's music lessons, birthday parties, and countless family memories, now safely tucked away, awaiting Nana's new home. It's more than a piano, and we're more than a truck.
2 nights, 4 heart-stopping events. The most electrifying show on dirt returns. Bass Pro Shops presents Bulls, Bands, and Barrels Summer Jam. Watch top bull riders take on the toughest bulls. Feel the speed with championship barrel racing. And witness the madness of freestyle bullfighting. And the party continues with live performances by Friday, John Party. And Saturday, Hudson Westbrook. And many more. All happening Friday, June 26th and Saturday, June 27th at Thunder Ridge Nature Arena. Go to bullsbandsandbarrels.com or ticketmaster.com.
For Brittany, it's more than a move. It's a new city. It's a new role. It's a brand new horizon that's hers for the taking. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
Hey, I'm Jesse Inman with Ozarks First. I'm excited to hit the course for the Links 4 Literacy Golf Tournament June 27th. This event supports Ozarks Literacy Council and their work, helping adults and kids build the reading skills they need to succeed. Every team, every swing, and every dollar helps change lives through literacy right here in our community. Join me out on the course and be part of something that makes a real difference in our community. Visit ozarksliteracy.org to register or learn more.
When you bring a pet home, they become part of the family. When they pass, they deserve the same loving care that all your family members receive. At Cherish Pets Funeral Home and Crematory, we have set the new standard for pet aftercare with our full-service pet funeral home. We offer services ranging from true private cremations, burials, celebrations of life, pet tracking, and more, so your family can say a proper goodbye. Visit us online at cherishpetsfuneralhome.com to learn more. Cherished Pets, Cherished Memories.
We're all looking for ways to save and stretch that dollar.
Welcome back. The 82nd annual Rodeo of the Ozarks is now underway in Springdale, Arkansas. Rodeo President Joe Rollins says it's special to see the event continue to thrive more than 8 decades after it began, while still holding on to its Western roots.
Think about 82 years of what Northwest Arkansas has become over the last 82 years. We've grown certainly in population, we've grown in diversity. People are moving here from all over the country. And the truth is, a lot of them have some experience with rodeo in their background, or at least the Western way of life.
Each night features its own special theme, with Throwback Western Night tonight, Gold Night Friday in support of childhood cancer awareness, and Patriotic Night Saturday. Dolly Parton's newest Tennessee venture is open to the public. It's more than just a quick stop for gas. Dolly Parton's Pit Stop has a general store, the Doggy Parton Dog Park, a Southern-style restaurant, live music, and pictures of the beloved country music star. Parton is also debuting coffee named after her lyrics in the song 9 to 5.
If I could have brought a bucket and carried it, that's what I had for the cup of ambition. It'd be the bucket of ambition. Yes, I'm definitely getting coffee and bringing some back home. And it's been interesting just to look around and see what all she's got in there.
Some fans traveled hundreds of miles to be there for that grand opening. Now, man, Tom, I'm just saying, all Buc-ee's needs to keep up is some live music, but I don't think they're going to be able to.
That's kind of fun. I wonder how that works. Live music. So,
I don't know.
like local groups coming in, I guess, on a stage and
Yeah, that would be
around
nice.
for an hour or two. Yeah.
It'd be nice to see. Just have some fun. If you're on a road trip, and now we're doing road trips this summer, apparently, we got to stop in Tennessee.
That's right.
Get some live music, get a cup of ambition.
Yeah, a big bucket of ambition, apparently, according to what that woman said. Yeah.
If it's good enough for a bucket, it's good enough for me.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's kind of a good idea. We'll see how that happens. Dolly Parton, love her. Everybody likes Dolly.
Yeah.
All right, what else we like? Well, we like some sunshine. We like some heat in the summertime. And we're going to find some next week. This week, though, we got a little bit of rain to get through beginning tonight into your Friday. Right now, we're clear, but rain on the way. We'll take a look at that forecast next.
Tom Schmidt on Ozarks First. First in weather, first for you.
If you're not regularly treating your septic tank, you're risking a backup and significant repairs. Use Rid-X once a month. Simply add and flush to reduce monthly waste buildup by up to 20% and help prevent backups. Try Rid-X.
Colors that make you rethink every room. Our best lineup is here. Lowe's.
The Ford 4th of July Sell-a-thon is on. We're celebrating the final days of employee pricing on adventure-ready SUVs. Get out there with Sell-a-thon deals, like employee pricing plus $2,000 cash back on a 2025 Bronco. Match those savings too on a 2025 Bronco Sport. Adventure is calling. Head to your Midwest Ford dealers. The final days of employee pricing ends July 6th. Driven by value.
It's mowing season. And Bad Boy Mowers has the best lineup in the game. Built to win with more power, advanced engineering, and performance that never quits. Whether you're playing on this field or this field. So this mowing season, raise your game and join the team. Bad Boy, mow with an attitude.
Did you know that North America's most biodiverse heirloom farm is right in your backyard? Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company in Mansfield is a wonderland of rare and beautiful varieties from around the world, and they're yours to explore. Come and stroll through the gardens and tour the greenhouses. Browse through the seed store, stop for a coffee in the boutique, and savor the tranquility of a garden in bloom. It's an oasis from the everyday and an heirloom gardener's paradise. Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company.
All right, folks, looking at the quad box this morning, a little bit of sun at Beaver Lake and in Ozark right now, and as well in Springfield. Down to the Downs, we can see in a resort camera, looking at some clouds and some rain across northeast Oklahoma. It's largely going to stay to the southwest of us for this morning. Our rain chance not developing until this afternoon and this evening through tonight and then into your Friday as well. Right now, there's a flood watch to account for heavy rain later today, probably after 3 p.m. Could be earlier, but I think a good realistic timeline, probably 3 o'clock and afterwards, we'll find heavy rain and storms blowing from west to east. Flood watches from 1 p.m. Thursday through 7 a.m. Friday. Okay, so counting for later today through Friday morning, heavy rainfall totals could be up to 3 inches or more in some spots. Some data going a little crazy across southeast Kansas, where it's really kind of putting a bullseye there. But there'll be a general elevated flood risk around the Ozarks with heavy rain coming later today. Looking at satellite and radar this morning, a little bit of rain and storms across northeast Oklahoma, getting into northwest Arkansas a little bit, crossing into Madison County near Huntsville this morning. Outside of there, we're waiting for this activity here. This is in Colorado and western Kansas. That is going to get organized and blow in later today. And as it does, it's going to bring our rain chances and storm chances to the area later on. The big picture is that we've been stuck in the same pattern for, it feels like a long time now. We've had this troughing over the Great Lakes. It's kind of kept rain chances alive for us. We'll sneak a good day in there, but rain chances haven't ever gone away entirely. And we got one more day of that, and then high pressure takes over, and we'll get that showery, cloudy, cooler weather out of here. We're going to trade it out for sunny and hot weather as we go to Sunday especially, and then through next week. Looks like next week, hot, sunny, 90s, heat index values close to 100 degrees. It'll feel like summer next week. For today, not so. 82 degrees here in Springfield for today. The storm risk is pretty low, but this evening could be a stronger storm. Produce a little bit of wind, a little bit of hail, and a very low spin-up tornado risk in the yellow shaded area west of Highway 65 especially. It's a low risk overall. Rain this morning. Might find a stray shower southwest, but generally dry through about 2 or 3 o'clock. Then the rain and storms blow on in from Kansas. It'll be heavy rain, maybe some heavy thunderstorms too. Upper 60s to near 70 tonight. Rain likely as we go to tonight anywhere in the dark green. Tomorrow, 83 degrees. Could be a severe storm tomorrow, but that risk is also very, very low. Rain tomorrow morning for Friday to start off the day. It looks like scattered to heavy rain in the area, becoming more scattered, hit or miss for the afternoon Friday, with showers continuing into Friday evening. Tomorrow night, low 70s with rain starting to wind down Friday evening into your Saturday morning. Saturday itself, 87 degrees, a little warm, a little breezy. Rain chance on Saturday morning is going to be low, but there could be an isolated shower or storm to start the day Saturday. That clears out, and there you go, Carissa. Next week, 90s and sunshine, one day after the next, lining up.
All right, finally, that's what we want to see. There's probably like one person out there who's like, why does Carissa keep asking for this? I do not want the sunshine.
Right, yes.
And I'm over here like, everybody wants to see the sunshine,
I think most people do. I think everybody just wants at least some consistency where we can actually get out and know for certain that, yes, not just one day, but 5 or 6 days of sunny weather, quiet weather, no rain, no complications. Something to do outside.
Please.
Plenty of time to do it next week.
I just want it to feel like the season that it is.
I know. Pool time, lake time, all that kind of stuff.
All that stuff. Yeah.
Next week.
All right. The Miami Marlins searching for a dog. This is from the Marlins game against the Texas Rangers Monday night. The pup in front appears to be enjoying a hot dog, but they want to find the dog in the back, staring longingly at that treat. The team announced they want to give the pooch a dream day at the ballpark. They did not say exactly what the
Find this dog.
Safe to assume at least one hot dog will be devoured there. Oh, poor guy in the What a good dog, though, because I feel like, all other dogs would be like, hey, yo, give me that. This dog is just like, man, that other dog has it all.
Right. And it must be a different dog, like different owner.
Has to
kind of
be.
like the back row behind him, off to the side.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
How do you see, as an owner, I'd be like, oh, buddy, you want a hot dog?
Exactly. Oh, here, I'll get you.
Well, we could go. It's okay. Aw, poor guy. I hope that he does. I hope that he does get what he wants. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's
the
cute.
dog search continues, I guess, right?
Dog search continues.
Dog in the back.
Hopefully we can have an update soon.
Hopefully so.
Yeah. All right, Guy Fieri is launching a dog product collection. The Food Network chef teamed up with Bark to launch pet products, including treats, toys, and clothes. Features a toy that looks like him, a hide-a-treat toy copy of Fieri's iconic red convertible, a toy inspired by Fieri's legendary trash can nachos, and more. His dogs, Cash and Smokey, help test the products, and you can find the collection on Bark's website. You wouldn't expect that crossover, but at least the shirts that dog got on is cute.
Yeah, they got him right.
You know, I want to see those shirts on every dog, but good for him. Yeah.
Have you ever been to a guy has that place in Branson Landing?
I have not been to that place. I've been to the one in Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing, I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Like it's one of his kitchens?
It's one of his kitchens, but it's mainly a sandwich shop. The one I'm talking about in Alabama.
All right.
Yeah, but it was really good. And they had like something that involved the word bird in it, and Guy Fieri's name is something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it was good. So I'm assuming the one in Branson has got to be good too.
It's not bad. It's pretty popular. It's down there.
It's down there.
You know, it's like you go down there, it's like, man, what are you going to choose?
Yeah, you have so many. Yeah.
Decisions.
All right, things got a little off course for one boat during a popular race in China. The boat's team starts out straight, quickly zigzags. Everyone else is staying on course.
Oh, I think they knew what they were doing.
I mean, maybe just chasing down the other boats.
Get him, get him! Oh.
Yeah, they didn't get first place. I want to know who's not doing the work that they should be.
Are you
my goodness, just hitting other boats. This is supposed to be professional. If you are a dragon boat racer, you are a professional.
Yeah, a little bit too much sake in the morning, huh?
Like, who is supposed to be keeping this straight? How is everyone else able to do that?
There's not a motor on the back of that thing. Oh, is there like a...
There's a guy on the
someone
back.
in the back. Do you think
Someone
there's
in
like
the back.
a rudder control, maybe?
Maybe that, like, you know, didn't work out too well. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
I would be so mad if I was that boat that got hit. But are you serious?
I know. It looked like they were actually doing pretty good until they got wiped out in the back.
Be like, hello, we need a rematch. Try again. Get your rotor under control. I don't know. I don't know how to race dragon boats, but I feel like I could do it better than that.
Probably so. You know, there's a lot of people there, obviously, so it's a team effort.
Yeah.
But that looked like that was just out of control.
Maybe that was like a secret conspiracy.
Oh, you know what? It's a dragon boat.
Yeah.
So like the dragon, you know.
It's supposed to go like
serpenting around.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to find out. That's another place we can go on our road trip. All right.
First investigates.
Yes, we got to figure this out. Okay, soccer fans have been marching in the streets of the cities where their favorite teams are playing World Cup matches. In Miami, Scottish fans were joined by none other than a robot.
Dun, dun, dun.
Horrible. It was also wearing a kilt, the robot.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. He danced to bagpipers' tunes. Scotland's next match is today in Miami against powerhouse Brazil. I'm going with Brazil on this one solely because of the robot.
Okay, here, this is a very Scottish dance here, right?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, that's totally.
No, this right here, this coming up right here. Oh yeah, nope.
Oh yeah, what do you mean?
No.
When you think of Scotland and bagpipes, don't you think of that move right there?
That move right there. No, I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I don't know if I really associate what the other guy was doing over there either, but you know, as long as they're having fun. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Scottish right here.
That's Scottish.
Yep.
That's Scottish.
That's it.
You know, honestly, if you had a kilt on, I wouldn't know the difference. Just show up at daybreak with that on. I wouldn't know. I'm playing the bagpipes in the background.
Crazy stuff. Oh man, no.
Yeah.
Man, sell out fast on that one.
It sure would. All right, we're going to be right back.
These documents ensure Missouri citizens have control. But this August, Amendment 4 would permanently end that, letting a single congressional district, just 5% of voters, veto ballot initiatives most Missourians support. Amendment 4 destroys the majority rule system that's worked for a century, shredding one person, one vote, handing over we the people's power to politicians and special interests instead. Protect majority rule. Vote no on Amendment 4.
T-Mobile has the best network. That's why there's no better place to get iPhone 17 Pro on them. Hold on.
Is this big enough? We should have music, lights, banners. I mean, you gotta feel it. Get the most powerful iPhone ever on the best network. I sure dance.
This is big. At T-Mobile, get the incredible iPhone 17 Pro on us, on the best network.
I'm gonna do a flip. Nailed it.
Upgrade your drive with the Chevy Blazer, starting at just $25,980. We have more than 30 in stock, and they're moving fast. Visit Marshfield Chevrolet today.
It's your home. Make it perfect. Find out how at OzarksFirst.com's Ozarks Home Experts. Multiply Credit Union can help get you into a new home or vehicle with competitive interest rates. Their team will work with you to find the solution that fits your needs. Multiply Credit Union, an Ozarks Home Experts partner.
Hi, I'm Joe Carter with Jordan Valley Auto Body Repair. Crashes ain't pretty, and neither is our goalkeeper. But we'll make your car beautiful again at Jordan Valley Auto Body. We have the experience and the knowledge to return every car that comes into its pre-accident condition, including newer vehicles with advanced technology. We're also proud to be a direct repair facility for most major insurance companies. So remember, crashes ain't pretty, and neither is our goalkeeper. But we'll make your car beautiful again at Jordan Valley Auto Body Repair.
Hey, welcome back. We've got this guy skateboarding across America. It's not the first time he's done so. Chad Caruso went from Venice Beach, California to Jacksonville, Florida on a skateboard in 39 days. It's an average of 72 miles per day.
That's
if
a
you're
lot.
wondering. Yeah, pretty quick.
Lord, yeah.
Pretty quick. He made a similar trip 3 years ago when he went from California to Virginia in 57 days. That trip earned him the Guinness World Records title for the fastest crossing of America on a skateboard. And he said the goal of this trip was to break that record and celebrate 10 years of sobriety. Congratulations. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. You know what else is cool? A Thursday and a Friday. And we're going to see you on Friday.
Rapid Chip Republic, building relationships one package at a time.
At T's Redneck Steakhouse, every day comes with a deal. Daily specials that'll keep your wallet happy and your belly full. Whether it's the daily specials or the large variety, you're always eating good at T's. T's Redneck Steakhouse. Come hungry, leave happy.
Under Amendment 5, the politicians' hidden tax shift plan, there'll be up to 8 losers for every 2 winners. Amendment 5 opens your family to being hurt by new taxes on services, doctor visits, childcare, even apartment rent, and higher sales taxes that could rise to over 20%. That's why their Amendment 5 eliminates your constitutional protections, including your right to vote on new taxes. Your odds in their hidden tax shift game are bad. Vote no on Amendment 5.
My dad always says, if you've been hurt, it costs you nothing to see if we can help.
And it's true. Talking to us is always free. You won't pay a thing unless you win.
That's how he's done it for over 30 years, helping Missourians get back on their feet.
And now we do it together. 2 generations, 1 mission.
Because peace of mind shouldn't come with a price tag. If you've been hurt, call the Sachs family.
It costs nothing to see if we can help. And we'll walk you through every step. Aaron Sachs and Associates.
2 nights, 4 heart-stopping events. The most electrifying show on dirt returns. Bass Pro Shops presents Bulls, Bands, and Barrels Summer Jam. Watch top bull riders take on the toughest bulls. Feel the speed with championship barrel racing. And witness the madness of freestyle bullfighting. And the party continues with live performances by Friday, John Party. And Saturday, Hudson Westbrook. And many more. All happening Friday, June 26th and Saturday, June 27th at Thunder Ridge Nature Arena. Go to bullsbandsandbarrels.com or Ticketmaster.com.
Today's Daily Pledge is proudly sponsored by Air Services, Heating and Cooling All Service Professional Plumbing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today's Daily Pledge is proudly sponsored by Air Services, Heating and Cooling All Service Professional Plumbing.
From the Deputy and Mizell Law Studios, Unscripted starts now.
Good morning. I love when I do a wraparound joke for Madison Conklin, the 3rd Esquire. Sorry, inside joke. Welcome, it's a Thursday. So thankful it's Thursday, because tomorrow's Friday. I'm Jeremy Rabe.
And I'm Maddie Conklin. Good
Hallelujah.
morning. Hey, welcome to our inside joke.
Yeah, welcome to, I know. I'm
This
sorry,
whole show
guys.
is an inside
joke.
So welcome. If it's the first time, don't be scared. Don't be shy. Share with the class.
I just want to say too, Maddie, I still say it. I'll say it, because I can't say it no more. You are carrying so well. You're bebe.
My bebe, thank you so much.
You're carrying
You're
so
complimentary.
well. I just, listen, I come from a family of women who carry well, but you can tell they're pregnant. And I can say that they're my family. Yeah. They admit to it.
Yeah.
Like, my mama, God love her, when she was preggo, oh, dear Lord.
Well, see, here's the thing. It's like, I've been very fortunate this pregnancy. I've never had a pregnancy, so basing it off of my friends who've been nauseous or sick or, had all the things, I've been very fortunate not to have any of those symptoms. So now I'm like, do I just call it like good, one baby, and then we're
One
good,
and done.
But then it's like a few years down the road, do I get that itch? It's like, oh, but he should have a sibling, and then it's like just the worst pregnancy ever, and I'm carrying all over.
I mean, the odds are. And remember, Maddie, remember what we learned a few months ago. If you do have another baby, we're calling you Jerry.
Wait.
Remember?
No.
We're calling you Jerry.
Why are you geriatric?
Geriatric.
That's right, because I will be geriatric, considered geriatric.
We did a segment or something, we taled about it,
Yes.
and it was like, if you're a certain age and you have a baby, it's considered geriatric. I'm like,
34, 35 and over.
It's terrible.
I know. So.
It makes no sense to me.
No, me neither. So I guess I got pregnant just before I turned Jerry. But that's okay, you know? People are having babies well into their 40s, even 50s, so good for them. Hey, so I brought you something.
Oh, what?
This is just off the cusp because we were talking, you know, about Girl Scouts yesterday and the granola. Well, I didn't bring you.
You brought me granola.
I did not bring you granola because I'm selfish. But I brought you something better because I didn't know you liked Thin Mints so much.
I do.
Have you ever tried these?
What?
Thin Mint bites.
So wait, is this like your Girl Scout granola, only Thin Mint version? But
yeah, they're like little chocolate bites. It's not exactly
oh,
granola.
sorry.
Yeah, try them. Because again, found them at Marshall's. And I bought them because I was like, I like Thin Mints and Samoas, and I want you to have them. Yeah?
Get in there, you.
Now, these ones are more dangerous. You can't just have one. So here, I got this as a little gift for you. Keep it at your desk. That way it's not in your house. And then you're going to forget about it. It's going to start growing things.
I need to freeze this, though.
Yes, you do.
These would be great frozen.
Just make sure they don't melt, because once they freeze together, yeah, you're going to be all stuck.
These are so good, Maddie.
So there you go.
Oh,
Guys,
wow.
Marshall's has become my grocery store and my clothing store. I don't know how they do it, but they do it.
These are addictive.
I know.
Oh, it has the Girl Scouts logo, so it must be endorsed by them.
Mm-hmm.
Or made by them. Holy, okay, that's not.
I know. And it tastes like a Thin Mint, doesn't it?
Oh, my gosh, it's so good.
So good.
You know what?
There you go.
Do you ever eat frozen grapes?
I love frozen grapes.
What if you mix a little of that with the grapes and you feel like you're eating healthy?
Well, it's called balance, and that's what we do here.
That is so good.
I know, right?
Wow.
I know.
Now I want to go by, and Marshall's is where you got the Samoas, right?
Yeah, the granola.
Did they have any other Girl Scout flavors?
No, I think I just saw the Thin Mints and the Samoas. Something else I got, though, was little Jif pretzel chocolate bites.
Wait, are those like the little Jif that you were talking about, the G ones, the little Jif peanut butter things?
Yeah, but it's like a pretzel bite. I'm telling you, they got everything there. I don't know what they're doing,
Your
but they're
husband,
doing it right.
when I was like, first world problems when he's complaining about opening a jar of peanut butter.
You guys, if I could go into this story, I would. But basically, my husband just likes to have the grab-and-go Jif containers of peanut butter for his apples. It's too much work.
It's too much work.
To open the jar, take a spoon, put it on a plate. I'm calling you out, G, if you're watching, because I think it's pretty redonkulous.
By the way, we just totally mimed that in unison, and that was perfection.
Did we really?
We totally were like, ready? We
open it up, scoot it. There you go. Here's what's happening.
Okay, here's what's happening. Man, I would eat more of those. The Dairy Queen, which remind me to tell you my Dairy Queen story.
Okay.
Dairy Queen is releasing some new flavors to celebrate America's 250 birthday. Sorry.
250?
250 birthday, as well as the World Cup. So it's like a duel. Okay, just in time for July 4, DQ is launching Stars and Stripes Misty Slush Float, available in size small for just $2.50. From June 29th through July 5th, the float includes layers of DQ Cherry Mist Slush, world-famous soft serve, and Blue Raspberry Misty Slush with festive stars and striped sprinkles. As for the World Cup, Dairy Queen has some new Blizzard flavors, which I love a Blizzard, inspired by the international favorite, strawberry mango-flavored mochi. Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Biscoff cookie, yes, please.
Oh, yes, the Biscoff.
And a Mexican-style hot chocolate, yes, I want that one too. With Nestle's Abuelita. I don't know what that is. I thought Abuela and Abuelita was a grandparent.
Yeah, I think it's like a okay, Seabass, let's get you on the god.
What does Abuelita mean?
Is it small grandma, like tiny
like
grandma?
Like Chino grandma?
Grandma. It's just grandma? Okay.
Okay, it's Nestle's Abuelita. Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try all of those. The Biscoff especially, though.
Okay. Can I just say, I only ever tried Biscoff on, is it American Airlines that give you the Biscoff?
Yes.
It's always on the airplane.
Best.
But now, Biscoff is having its pickle cauliflower moment.
Yes.
It really is. It's cottage cheese moment. Biscoff is everywhere, and I love it.
Biscoff. I will always have a special place in my heart for Dairy Queen because when I was probably in 7th grade, I had an intestinal emergency issue in Washington State with my grandmother.
Ooh.
And she freaked out. She made me mow the lawn, and I had the worst stomachache ever. And she thought I was faking it to not mow the lawn. So I mowed the whole lawn. That night, I'm in so much pain, I'm vomiting. They have to rush me to the ER. I'm in the hospital. I have to have all these tests, and my mom flies from Dallas to Washington to be with me because I'm in the hospital.
Wow.
I'm on a liquid diet. My aunts Beth and Betty snuck me in the hospital room a mint chocolate chip blizzard from Dairy Queen.
Mint chocolate chip blizzard. You guys, this is all lining.
Look how the stars have aligned this morning. Dairy Queen, Thin Mints, mint chocolate chip, blizzard. It's all coming together.
How does your stomach feel? You have an intestinal
I'm okay.
issue.
I'm fine now. But
Please
man,
don't have any.
It was an ordeal. My grandmother, God rest her soul, love her so much, never made me mow the lawn again. She felt so guilty.
Well, yeah, I would too. Do you think that was a premonition for your appendix?
Yes.
It was.
They thought it was appendix at first, yeah.
But it wasn't? It was just
I can't remember
some
what it
bug?
was, but I was in the hospital for 3 days.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys, if you didn't know, yesterday was a big, big day. It was Leo Messi's birthday, okay? And it was also my wedding anniversary. Did we plan that? Did we plan it on purpose? I didn't, but I think G did.
I remember you telling me that now.
I was like, I didn't know. Anyways, moved by Lionel Messi's record-breaking form at the World Cup, Argentines have taken to the streets and social media to sing happy birthday to their favorite footballer who turned 39 yesterday on June 24th. Okay, waving Argentine flags. A group of fans arrived at the iconic Obelisk, thank you, in downtown Buenos Aires. I've been here since 6 this morning. 71-year-old Ruben Acosta told Reuters, I love Messi. He's an alien.
What?
Messi, you're one of a kind. You're not from this planet. You're from another galaxy. I agree. Messi, an 8-time Ballon d'Or winner, became the all-time leading scorer in World Cup history on Monday. And he has scored 5 goals in 2 matches at this year's tournament alone. So, a hat trick at the first game for Argentina, 2 goals at the second game. They play this Saturday at 9 p.m. I will be watching, even though it's way
9 p.m.?
Yeah.
What?
It's way past my
What
bedtime.
state are they playing in?
Now, that one I don't know.
Because is it? It could be Canada or Mexico then? Or no?
Yeah, it could be Canada, Mexico. It could be
'Cause I
somewhere
thought-
in the U.S.
Listen to me. I thought that because it was going to be, you know, on this side of the world, it'd be at a normal time. Because I remember all my friends waking up at 3 a.m. You know,
Yes,
cruise
in
ship to
2000.
watch.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm like, why would it not? Why is it 9 p.m.?
Just depends on which coast and all
That
that
seems so
stuff. You know, because like Tom was saying, if they're on the West Coast, it'll be 7. So that would
But
make sense.
still.
Then for us, and then for East Coast, it's 10. You know,
Yeah.
there's games all day. So.
Wow, and when is this ending finally?
Like mid-July.
Okay, I will just say this though. I think the best thing to happen to America and America's 250 is the World Cup.
I think so too. It's uniting everyone.
It's uniting everybody, and I am loving everybody who's coming from all over the world, all the countries, and are finding out what America is really like.
Yeah.
And loving our food and ranch.
We've got ranch sauce.
We got ranch.
I mean, that is like the biggest thing people are talking about.
No, I'm addicted to the people coming over going, wow. And I guess they were told, America's dangerous, you're not gonna be safe. And like, I feel totally safe. I'm walking on, people are so friendly. They're like, people say hi to me at the grocery store, I don't even know. And I'm like, that's what we are.
Yes.
We're very friendly people.
You come down to the southwest of Missouri, we're real friendly.
We're real friendly.
Oh, yeah. We'll welcome you in.
Yes.
And we will make sure you experience rain like it's nobody's business.
And Tom, I didn't know this. In England, I guess, if you're at the store and you say, excuse me, it's considered rude.
Oh.
So, yes, because they're like, excuse me, get out of my, it's like almost like, but when somebody passes you in the groceries, oh, excuse me, they're like,
oh, I see.
It's kind here.
They're giving it with attitude.
Yeah.
Oh, would
Anyway,
you say
sorry.
pardon?
I don't know.
Move!
Pardon
Out of the way.
Out of the way, you.
Yeah.
By the way, it rained for like 3 minutes at my house yesterday.
Okay, not bad. Yeah, just a few showers out there. Yesterday, later in the day, and then last night, that rain wrapped up. It's long gone. More rain on the way coming later today, this afternoon. This will not rain for 3 minutes. It might rain for 6 or 10 hours. Before it's going to tonight into Friday morning, and then it finally exits Friday late. So it'll be a while of rain chances over the next 36 hours for us. Rainfall potential beginning this afternoon, probably around 3 o'clock, realistically. We'll say anywhere from 1, 2 to 3 inches of rain. Could see more, could see less. But generally, the flood risk will be a little elevated around the Ozarks with that heavy rain. This morning, No rain out there. We have a few showers across northeast Oklahoma fading away. Those have made their way a little bit into Madison County in northwest Arkansas, but that's also fading away as well. The big picture is we're waiting on this activity here. It's already starting to organize a little bit. You can see it there, that little cluster of storms, western Kansas. Give that about 6 hours and it'll be here in the Ozarks, and we're going to find that rain chance develop for us early this afternoon. The good news is that rainy storm highway lifts to the north on Saturday, okay? And then the ridge of high pressure blows in some summer weather. Hot and sunny, 90s, heat index values near 100 degrees Sunday through much of next week. Rain chance this morning is low down to the southwest. I think most of us are going to stay dry until the afternoon. We'll say 3 p.m. Could be a little earlier, and maybe around 1 or 2 o'clock. Storms move in from the west. There is a low risk that some of the storms could be strong to severe. As we go into Thursday night, rain is likely through the night tonight into your Friday morning. Friday itself will start with some rain chances, becoming more scattered for the afternoon. So the most widespread rain is going to be tonight into Friday morning. Friday afternoon, we have scattered rain ending Friday evening, but it'll be a slow and steady end to the rain Friday night. I think we're mainly dry Saturday. We're still going to find maybe an isolated shower storm on Saturday. Then we clear that out entirely Sunday through much of next week. Hot and sunny with 90s lining up one day after the next, guys.
All right, that weather is too legit to quit with the one and only Tom Schmidt. Coming up, guess what? We're serving the Ozarks and we're serving some Girl Scout realness. I'm just kidding. We'll be back.
Certified most accurate forecast in the Ozarks, 10 years in a row by Weather Rate.
Branson's Grand Village invites you to Kringle's, Missouri's grandest Christmas shop. Discover bright wonders and holiday surprises around every corner. Shop early for this year's new holiday decorations and gifts before they're gone. At Kringle's Village Treasures, you'll find unique and exciting gifts sure to bring a smile to anyone. Drop in next door at Mel's Hard Luck Diner, where the show surrounds you as we sing for your supper. Enjoy dinner favorites and satisfy your sweet tooth with Branson's best soda fountain treats. Fun music, super food, great shopping. Come see us.
Get an 11% rebate when you shop at Menards. Refresh your wood projects with Cabot Australian Timber Oil. It's perfect for decks, siding, and outdoor furniture while providing maximum penetration, durability, and water repellency. Cabot Gold is the ultimate finish, providing an unparalleled satin sheen and strong protection from UV sun damage, extreme temperatures, rain, and moisture. Right now, save $8 per gallon on all Cabot stain, plus get an 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Get 50% off labor this summer. Noticing cracks in your walls or uneven floors? These can be warning signs of foundation problems, and they won't fix themselves. Helitech provides expert foundation repair, waterproofing, crawl space solutions, and concrete leveling to help protect your home and restore stability. Relax more and worry less this summer. Schedule your free inspection today at helitechonline.com.
Heal your home with Helitech.
Advertising your local business on Fox 49 works.
At Don Vance, we love advertising on local TV. Our commercials are all about our values that our customers know us for. We're a family-owned business that cares about our community, and that shows in our commercials.
Hi, I'm Randy, Executive Director of Missouri 811.
Thank you for calling. How can I help you today?
Missouri law requires you to submit a locate request before you dig, even for small projects. Once submitted, we notify the utility companies near your dig site so they can mark their underground lines. You will receive status updates by email, and once all utilities have responded, you can dig with confidence. Safety is in your hands. Contact Missouri 811 before you dig.
And now, serving the Ozarks. Sponsored by Patriot Heat and Air.
The Dickerson Park Zoo has been a staple in the Springfield community for more than 100 years, and that's 100 years of connecting humans with animals, spreading the message of conservation, and creating lifelong memories for individuals and families. And this week's Serving the Ozarks shines a spotlight on the zoo's nonprofit, Friends of the Zoo. Friends of the Zoo is a 501c3 nonprofit organization founded in 1975 with the mission to help make Dickerson Park Zoo a first-class facility. It generates revenue to fund vital zoo projects and programs through various operations and activities. And two of the most important beneficiaries of Friends of the Zoo fundraising are the Conservation Education Department and Dickerson Park Zoo's Field Conservation Support. Conservation and protection of animals worldwide is the primary focus of accredited zoos and aquariums, also known as AZAs, which Dickerson Park Zoo obtained in 1986.
The message of the zoo and Friends of the Zoo can be really broken down into 3 words: see, connect, and protect. And those 3 words sum up our entire mission statement. We want people to come in and see. You know, don't just like an animal on your cell phone or on social media. Come out and interact with that animal, see it. And when you see it, you connect with it, and then you're more apt to protect something that you have a connection with. So through our education classes, from kids from age 2 all the way to adults, we offer that opportunity. But it's Springfield's most exotic 1.2-mile walk. So you get to come out, enjoy the beauty of the Ozarks. We're open year-round, so you can come out no matter what season it is. There's always something to see and there's always something to do.
In addition to all of the exotic animals available to connect with at Dickerson Park Zoo, there are a lot of, let's call them extras, zoo-goers can enjoy, such as the train, the gift shop, education classes at Wildlife Zooniversity, feeding the giraffes and the goats, and of course, so much more. And all of these extras are provided by Friends of the Zoo. Daily visitors to Dickerson Park Zoo, as well as Friends of the Zoo members, are vital partners in DPZ's worldwide conservation efforts, and they've gone digital with their membership through Pass Play, which is a move to reward members and reduce the use of paper. Friends of the Zoo members can take pride in knowing their local support helps protect animals around the world.
The goal is to start releasing animals back into the wild at some point, which I may never get to see that, and honestly my grandkids may never get to see that, but at some point we would like that. Any AZA zoo would like that. So in my head, I'm doing this specifically for the conservation of pretty much all the species that I work with, and I really, really love doing that every day.
So if you'd like to become a Friend of the Zoo member, or FOZ for short, you can do so by going to dickersonparkzoo.org, click on the Visit tab, and once that tab is down, click on the second one that says Membership. And with a FOZ membership, you'll receive a number of benefits like free daily admission to the zoo for 1 year, half off general admission for up to 6 guests ages 18 and under per visit, discounts at the cafe, and literally so much more. Help with Dickerson Park Zoo's conservation efforts and education programs by becoming a FOZ member today. That has been this week's Serving the Ozarks.
Serving the Ozarks, sponsored by Patriot Heat and Air.
Find what you need for your kitchen at Arctic Food Equipment.
Have you been hurt? Call Dan the man. Calling the wrong attorney could cost you everything. Don't risk your future. Call Dan the man at Deputy and Mizell.
This summer, your soundtrack starts with Creative Audio. Whether you're tearing up the trails, boating on the lake, or enjoying the open road, Creative Audio has a system for you. Deals on Memphis Audio subs, buy one, get one free. Take the party off-road with Power Sports roll bar speakers and make it back in time to rock the water with boat speakers and subs. But why stop there? Crank up the sound when you roll into any of our 7 locations. Summer's here, and so is your soundtrack.
Some of life's best memories start with a simple question. Ready to go? At Don Vance Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, we're proud to help families find the vehicle that will carry them to those moments.
It's easy during the Make This a Summer event to get into a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram.
At Don Vance, we're working to earn your business one customer at a time, one day at a time, every day. Learn more at Don Vance Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram.com. Don Vance Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, serving families mile after mile.
At Delta Roofing, we back all the men and women who risk their lives to protect us.
I'm Jimmy Spears. From all of us here at Delta Roofing, thank you for your service.
Life is full of big moments and the small steps that get you there. At Multiply Credit Union, every deposit means momentum. Every loan, a door opened. Each one, another step towards what's possible. Multiply Credit Union. Grow together. Live fully. Be more.
When minutes count, accuracy is everything. Ozarks First has the most accurate forecast in the Ozarks 10 years in a row. Certified most accurate by WeatherRate, an independent research firm. No other local station can say that. It's a fact we're earning every day.
Have you been hurt? Call Dan the man. Calling the wrong attorney could cost you everything. Don't risk your future. Call Dan the man at Deputy and Mizell.
I am back. I'm here to help. I don't know what to do. Have you lost your passion?
This has been my life.
We're going to start again, and we're going to rebuild this thing. We've got each other's back. You can cook, girl.
That means a lot coming from you.
We're cooking with love.
It is always great to see our friend Kayla Beaker with the Princesses of the 417. And we'd like to introduce you to Her Royal Highness, the newly crowned Miss Missouri Teen USA 2026 and founder of Dress Up Your Dreams, Vegas Turner. Good to see you.
Hi, nice to see you.
Kayla, look who you brought with you.
I always
Royalty.
bring the princesses.
Exactly.
This is the princess of all princesses.
And you both are popping with those colors. I love
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Kayla, tell us what's coming up because this is your second annual event with Miss Vegas.
Yes, so this is really special because Vegas and I grew up doing theater together, so I've got to witness firsthand her hard work and dedication towards this program and towards really everything she does. She just really puts her whole heart into all of it. So we have teamed up to put on this event called Dress Up Your Dreams, A Sea of Dreams. A Sea of Dreams. Yes. Yes. So this is tomorrow, and this is a free community event. All we ask is a donation, and I'm going to let Vegas talk about what we're donating it to, who it's benefiting, but this is going to be so much fun. It's going to be a splash. The Mermaid Princess will be there. The girls are going to get decked out with mermaid hair and glitter, and Vegas will get the opportunity to speak to them about her organization and why it's important. So we're really mixing together the magic of the event and the mermaids and also making it a really nice cause and something that the girls can take home and be inspired by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vegas, do you mind taking it away?
Yes. So about 7 years ago, I created my own nonprofit organization called Dress Up Your Dreams. And it kind of started because I was growing up in pageants and I was really inspired by all the young women around me who were really making a difference in their community. So I was kind of talking with my mom about what I wanted to do, and we kind of came up with the question, why should children in need just get necessities but go without the fun? Yes, because I feel really lucky to kind of grow up being really encouraged to dream big. And I remember having a big wardrobe of princess dresses, and I would just spend like hours dressing up and daydreaming. And I wanted all kids to have that opportunity. So I started collecting and donating dress-up clothes, costumes, and donating them to organizations like Boys and Girls Club, Isabel's House, and then I decided to team up with Princesses of the 417 to make our dream parties where kids could come together, just kind of have a couple hours of just being a kid. You know, take their minds off of whatever they're going through and just have fun, sing with princesses, and really just enjoy their childhood.
That is such a great idea.
Can I be transported back to my childhood and come to this event? Because that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, it's for the young and young at heart.
Yes. And Vegas, you said you started this 7 years ago. What, were you like 5?
I was 11.
Oh my God.
What were you, like 5?
Were you like 5? Oh my gosh, so impressive.
She's incredible, yes. And this really aligns with our mission too with Princesses of the 417. So it's just really wonderful to watch it all come to life.
Yeah. So you mentioned donations. It's free of charge, but you know, donations are encouraged. So again, what can people bring for donations?
Yes, they can bring new or gently used dress-up clothes, costumes, and also canned foods as well. Yes.
Okay.
Look at that. I'll admit too, I had a box of costumes called my box of fun.
Oh, yes.
And even little boys like to dress up in fun and daydream and imagine.
Yes.
Because part of it, I love what you said, you were encouraged to dream big.
Yeah.
Like you said, with the necessities, we want every child to dream big.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh,
now, of course, the goal is to get people there at the event, and that's from 11 to 1.
Yes.
Now, if someone out there is watching and, hey, I'm going to be at work, but I do have some dress-up clothes and some dresses of my own I'd like to donate, is there like an after-hours like they could donate or bring it to you to donate?
Well, yeah, everyone can always message me on Instagram, or I do have a website, Dress Up Your Dreams, where you can email me, and if you have any donations or anything you want to contribute, I'm happy to meet up with anybody and take anything. Yeah.
Okay.
I was just thinking, what an amazing platform you had for the pageant circuit, because this is something you started so long ago.
Yes.
And then you can talk so passionately about it in your interview.
Oh, yes, for sure. I'm very passionate about it because I feel lucky to have grown up in Springfield, because we had Springfield Little Theater, and you know, I was always encouraged to really dream big, and that ended up me, you know, being a performer and an artist. And I was able to move to New York City when I was 14 to attend the Institute for American Musical Theater. So that's also why I'm really passionate about it, because since I was so encouraged growing up and I've now, you know, achieved these really big dreams of mine, I really want everyone to kind of have that opportunity to jumpstart thinking about what it is that they want to do and what they're passionate about.
I'm so jealous of you.
Oh, wow. New York, Springfield to New York.
Yes.
To
Wow.
USA.
To Miss Teen USA, yes.
Oh.
Vegas, she just exudes everything that we're about with Princesses of the 417 too, because we really like to inspire girls to just be themselves, and also it's not just about the glam and the beautiful dress, it's about your heart, and Vegas just has that confidence and that heart that they can really look up to as a role model.
Okay, so one more time, the event, free event tomorrow.
Yes. It's tomorrow, Friday, June 26th. It's at Celebrations on C Street, which is at 215 West Commercial. It's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and it's going to be so much fun.
Oh my gosh, meet some mermaids, meet some princesses.
Yes.
Meet a real life princess.
Yes.
From right here.
Yes.
Ladies, thank you so much. Hey, best of luck at Miss Teen
Thank
USA.
you.
Is that in August?
August. Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, come back and let us know how it went, okay?
Oh, I will. I'll come
Okay.
back with that new crown and banner.
Yeah, you better. Yes, girl. All right.
All right, we're going to be back with lots more fun right here on Unscripted. Don't go anywhere.
Oh my gosh, so that's why you're in New York.
Mike Landis on Ozarks First. First in news, first for you.
This year, America celebrates 250 years of freedom, family, and tradition. Celebrate with hometown favorites at Mel's Hard Luck Diner and Kringle's Christmas Shop in Branson. Enjoy great food, unforgettable entertainment, and the spirit of Christmas all year long. Happy 250th birthday, America.
Under Amendment 5, the politicians' hidden tax shift plan, there'll be up to 8 losers for every 2 winners. Amendment 5 opens your family to being hurt by new taxes on services, doctor visits, childcare, even apartment rent, and higher sales taxes that could rise to over 20%. That's why their Amendment 5 eliminates your constitutional protections, including your right to vote on new taxes. Your odds in their hidden tax shift game are bad. Vote no on Amendment 5.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Check out our huge, in-stock ceiling fan selection from top brands such as Hunter and Patriot Lighting. Like this large room antique pewter ceiling fan, a value of $84.99 after rebate. Ceiling fans help make your home cool and efficient. We have the perfect selection for any size or style of room, such as the Lima Fandelier at a value of $79.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The Bear Nation Update is loaded with the latest information on Missouri State athletics and everything Mo State on Ozarks First Sports. The Bear Nation Update is sponsored by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks and the 2026 Chevy Silverado.
The Silverado Custom Trail Boss, a chance to get off the pavement and onto adventure. And the most affordable factory-lifted truck in its class. The Silverado Custom Trail Boss and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
If you've been searching for an alternative to suffering with dentures, I've got a great solution for you. I'm Dr. Grant Olson, and at Innovative Dental Implant Center, an Innovative Implant Smile will give you back the smile that you love and let you eat the food you want with a premium set of natural-looking teeth screwed in on implants that doesn't come in and out. To learn more about this life-changing Innovative Implant Smile, visit innovativeimplantsmile.com or give us a call at 417-319-2509.
It's your home. Make it perfect. Find out how at OzarksFirst.com's Ozarks Home Experts.
At Air Services, we take pride in delivering top-notch service and believe in going beyond the ordinary. Not only will we go above and beyond the fixing, repairing, maintaining, and installing the proper equipment, we educate our clients on every step of the process. Air Services, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical.
Don't you get nervous. Call Air Services today.
Air Services, an Ozarks First Ozarks Home Experts partner.
Land of the free and the sexy. Come get red hot lingerie,
Star-Spangled Fun and Zero Judgment vibes at In the Garden of Eden. Shop In the Garden of Eden. A little naughty, a whole lot nice.
Can you say the word subterfuge? Do you know what it means? It means kind of fooling people. We have Mike Cherry right here, and he's a paraprofessional at Ozark High School. And first of all, Mike, thank you very much for being here.
Yes, sir, Thomas, pleasure.
And I told Mike one thing, but actually another thing is going to happen here. I told him I wanted to do a little interview and talk with him about special needs children, of course, which is very important. But every once in a while, you need to recognize a person who works with children, who goes above and beyond. And Ozarks First, along with Fritz's Adventure in Branson, every month presents that one type of individual with the Golden Apple Award. And I want to be just, I'm so proud. The Golden Apple Award, Teacher of the Month for Mike Cherry. Congratulations for being selected as the Ozarks First May 2026 Golden Apple Award winner, presented by Fritz's Adventure in Branson. And sir, congratulations.
Thank you very
are
much.
the Teacher of the Month.
Thank you very much.
Now, along with this, of course, in this envelope are 6 all-access passes to Fritz's Adventure, plus a $150 gift card. So why don't you take that as well?
All right. Thank you.
Now, just so you know what happened here on this side of the paper. See, this was where we were fooling. We were keeping him in the dark. He didn't know this was actually was what was going to happen. Now, here's the submission that caught our attention, and the people who take a look at all of them and say, that's the person who deserves the Golden Apple Award. And here it is. Mike Cherry is a retired federal correctional officer whose career was defined by his unwavering commitment to supporting individuals facing mental illness and complex behavioral challenges. Through the years of working in high-pressure environments, as well as his experience with juveniles, he developed a deep well of patience, understanding, and compassion. Today, Mike brings those same qualities into the classroom, where he serves as a paraprofessional in high-needs settings. He approaches each student with genuine care and respect, creating a safe and supportive environment where they can grow and succeed. His ability to connect with students, especially those who require extra support, is both remarkable and impactful. Mike Cherry is exceptionally deserving of recognition as the best paraprofessional in the Ozark School District. Mike Cherry. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Very humbled by all those kind words, and I try to do the best I can. Sometimes I fall a little short, but there's always the next day. So I take pride in whatever job I'm doing. That's how I do it. I want to do my very best, and that's how I approach this. I want to help the kids do better.
The Golden Apple Award on Ozarks First is sponsored by Fritz's Adventure in Branson.
Murder on Moon Valley Road, Part 1, premiering on KOZL.
At T's Redneck Steakhouse, every day comes with a deal. Daily specials that'll keep your wallet happy and your belly full. Whether it's the daily specials or the large variety, you're always eating good at T's. T's Redneck Steakhouse. Come hungry, leave happy.
I can't get a hold of my mom.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Hello?
This is Life Alert. Your mother had an emergency, and we dispatched paramedics to her home.
What happened?
She had a fall, but don't worry. She is safe, and the paramedics are helping her right now.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes, whether it's to report a fall, a medical emergency, or an intruder. With one simple touch of a button, Life Alert sends help immediately.
Call 800-553-9584. That's 800-553-9584.
Heating and air paramedics.
Hi, my air conditioner is making some weird noises and not blowing cold air. Can you help me?
I have a truck on the way right now, sir.
Heating and air paramedics. There when you need us, 24/7.
I'm Tim Hayes with Bishop & Hayes. If you are permanently injured in an accident with a semi-truck, it can affect you every day for the rest of your life. It impacts you and your family. At Bishop and Hayes, we have decades of experience handling semi-truck accidents. It's what we do every day. If you or a loved one have been injured in a semi-truck accident, call or text us at 417-222-2222, and we'll get you the answers you need.
Hy-Vee Hot Deals means more savings. This week, Hy-Vee Midwest pork loin or chops just 3 for $5. Frito-Lay Tostitos, Doritos, or Ruffles $2.49 each when you buy 3. Cal Giant fresh raspberries or blackberries only $2.99. Hy-Vee yogurt 39 cents each. Ragu pasta sauce just $1.99. Kellogg's crackers $3.49. General Mills cereals 2 for $5. Hy-Vee almond milk is $2.69. Bubbler sparkling water is only $5.99. And various frozen dinners 3 for $10. The hot deals are at Hy-Vee.
Searching for back pain relief? iSense does that. 84% of iSense sleepers reported back pain relief sleeping on our award-winning smart beds made right here in Springfield. Our Comfort Control technology lets you adjust each side of the bed for you and your partner with a touch of a button for perfect support and comfort. Take control of your comfort. Visit our Springfield store today.
All across the Ozarks, there are people making sacrifices to help our community. We're honoring these amazing people with a free breakfast, Thursdays on Ozarks First. Serving the Ozarks.
We're all looking for ways to save and stretch that dollar.
All right, welcome back. It is time for a game of split decisions.
No, you split my decision.
All right. If you're going to go breakfast or dinner, I'm going to say breakfast.
Yes. And breakfast for dinner.
And breakfast for dinner.
Yes, ma'am.
That was always a treat in my house.
Yeah, me too.
And honestly, now that I look back, it's just my parents being like, I don't want to cook like too much. Pancakes. Let's go.
Oh, breakfast burritos for dinner.
Ooh, yummy.
Yeah.
All right, you got a humid heat or a dry heat? I want to clip.
How is this even a split decision?
I want to clip just that. Well, some people like to sweat. Me, I don't.
1, 2, 3.
Dry heat.
Hello, like there's any other answer.
Take me to the desert.
Like there's any other
Here's
answer.
the thing. Let's talk about complexion. Humid heat, you're getting moisture. Dry heat, it's sucking
You were
everything
trying to play devil's advocate, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm not buying
let's
it.
move on.
I'm not buying it.
Oh my gosh, we were just talking about it.
We were.
American Idol or America's Got Talent.
I'll be honest, I've not watched American Idol in years. I only watched because of Hannah Harper this year.
Yeah.
Because our American Idol. Love you. I've never even watched a full episode of America's Got Talent, ever. I've seen clips on social media.
Yeah. These were like different phases of my life. When I was young, elementary school, I loved American Idol, but it was before America's Got Talent. Then when I was out in LA living there, I got to interview people on America's Got Talent. So I think on this one, I'm a little biased.
I'm gonna go with this one just because.
Plus, there's more of an array of talent. It's not just singing.
More, yes, I agree.
Yeah, America's Got Talent. Okay.
Board game, card game.
Ooh, this one is difficult.
I will tell you though, I'm gonna have to go with one just because in high school, my friends Diane, Susan, and Sherry, we would all get together every Wednesday night to play spades and watch Beverly Hills 90210 and Melrose Place.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It was so fun.
I don't know what spades is.
It was so. You've never played spades?
No, but I'll learn it.
It's a card game, and you have partners. So, like, if you're sitting like this, it's this. We'd be a team, and then the people sitting across from us would be a team.
Okay.
And oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
So you'd catch up on new TV shows, and then also be playing.
We'd be playing and watching and playing and watching. So when I got to meet some of the stars from Melrose Place and 90210, the first people I texted.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
With the photos, I was like, Diane and Susan, you've got to see this.
Yeah.
I was like, holy cow, yeah.
Okay, so you're going card game?
I'm going card.
I'm gonna go board game, because there's a payoff when you get to move your little piece across the board.
Oh.
Love it.
I'm having
I just love game night. I love game night.
Memory.
I love a game night.
I love a cracker.
I love a cracker.
I love a warm water.
Warm water. All right, New York pizza or LA tacos?
Come on. This is like bananas and oranges. What do you mean? A great slice of pizza or an amazing taco?
I know.
I thought it was going to be like New York pizza, Chicago pizza.
Yeah.
Like pick the pizza.
Pick the pizza. Ooh, oh man, this is hard because both food options are really good.
I mean, I have memories of being at my hotel, one of the first times I went to New York, at my hotel, I mean like 2 in the morning, me and my friends leaving the hotel and going down and getting pizza because everything's open all the time. And so I have those memories of getting and you fold it and you ate it and it's like,
And all the grease just...
But I love Mexican food more than anything in the whole world.
You really do. Surprising on this one, I think I'm gonna go LA tacos.
Me too.
Yeah. I love pizza, but yeah, LA tacos.
The tacos. And you know, it don't have to be LA. It could be any taco.
Yeah, right. Taco Bell. Bean burrito.
Oh, bean burrito!
Make sure you cook it all the way through.
Please let one of these be about a bean burrito. Okay.
All right, next up, salted popcorn, buttered popcorn.
Can I add a third option, please?
Yeah.
Kettle corn.
I don't know.
Kettle corn.
I don't think kettle corn beats either of these.
Yes, it's sweet and salty.
Yes!
Yes, ma'am.
Stop yelling at me. Gosh, Jerry.
You're like, I am pregnant right now. Oh, I'm very opinionated.
I love it. I need salted and buttered. So can I?
No, if I can't add kettle corn. Oh no, Miss Ma'am.
At least they're both on the board.
I'm going buttered. I like the buttery. Butter.
Yeah, I think butter. I'm gonna go buttered too.
Butter.
I use the whole stick.
Okay.
Roller skate.
Or
ice skate.
I have memories of both.
I know. Man, taking a tumble doing either really hurts.
Yeah.
But that's how you build character as a kid. Did you ever have the ones that were the 4 and you'd basically just be like walking and like trying to...
On roller skates?
On roller skates, like the training ones that literally like...
I don't remember
you
that.
And you'd just be like walking like this. There are so many home videos of us like...
So my cousin Cherie and I would go to the Galleria in Dallas where they had the ice skating rink here in the mall. And we would fake out everybody to make them think we were professional ice skaters. Because we're pretty good at skating forwards.
Yeah.
And I can even do the corners really well, like this, you know, like where your legs look like they're just smooth.
Okay.
So we would do this, and we'd go to the opposite side and we'd skate to each other as if we're gonna do like a major lift. And we wouldn't. But everyone would stop and watch like, oh my God, what are you doing? And we of course did not do that because I would have dropped her in. It would have been terrible. But
yeah.
Such great memories.
So you'd skate towards you and then just like...
So we'd do like these big circle patterns and all of a sudden we'd skate towards each other and be like, and then stop.
I love it. I'm gonna go roller skate.
I'm just gonna be ice skate just for fun. That's for cousin Cherie. Okay.
Okay. Would you rather have a pet dinosaur or would you rather have a pet dragon? Well, which one has more hair? I like a furry animal.
If it's a flying dragon, then a dragon.
All right, I'm gonna go dinosaur.
Fine then.
I want a cute little, what's his name? Bigfoot, Littlefoot, Land Before Time.
Oh, I know.
He doesn't fly.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that.
That's all right. All right, friends, now let's get some trusted financial advice with our friends from Latour Asset Management.
And today we have Joe and Josh Latour with Latour Asset Management. Welcome, gentlemen. Good to see you again, as always. Yes, we've been doing this for a while. All right, I'm going to pin you down, and you can both have a different thing, and that's okay, because there's a lot of advice. What is one piece of advice that you would give to everyone watching today, no matter where they are financially?
Okay, well, now that's really a good question, because, you know, you could give a plethora of different pieces of advice to different individuals in different situations. But if you're talking a blanket piece of advice...
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to go with the new guy first.
Okay.
And then we're going to see what the old hand has to say about it.
All right.
What do you think is that one piece of advice? And it doesn't make any difference where they are financially, but a good, sound piece of advice.
All right, well, since you're putting me on the spot, Tom.
Yes, I am.
I think I would say that if you're looking for an advisor, make sure that the advisor you're working with is a fiduciary.
Ooh,
we've talked about that word on here before.
Explain it again, though.
Yep. So fiduciary means that me as an advisor, I have to do what is in the best interest of my clients and prospective clients. Barring any benefit for myself, I need to make sure that I am doing what's in your best interest.
And there are rules and regulations to this. This is not just kind of, well,
it's not arbitrary.
I felt I was doing it. It's not arbitrary. Absolutely. Fiduciary. Find someone who is good with helping you through the financial pitfalls you can fall into.
Absolutely.
That's your big point of advice.
That's mine.
You think you can do better on that?
Well, I don't know if I can do better, but I can add to it.
Okay.
There you go.
That was really good.
Yeah.
I would say secondly, and this seems like a no-brainer, but don't outspend what you have coming in.
There you go.
That's about the best advice that would be fitting for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
If you're spending more than you have coming in, then basically you're going to get yourself into a hole. You're going to be using those credit cards. You're going to be going into debt, and your retirement is not going to be the American dream that you want it to be.
Right.
You don't want to have a big debt load, so don't outspend what you have coming in. And I would add to that, when you have a windfall, put it in savings. Okay, continue to sweeten your cushion. The cushion is the bucket
Don't get the
list.
speedboat, in other words.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
Got it.
you can get a speedboat. I don't mean that you can't do the extras, but make sure that you have and possibly 2 years worth of income sitting in savings. If you have disposable income, continue to sweeten that cushion account.
Right.
Let me ask you, are there people, and I would think so, but I don't know for sure, so I'm going to ask someone who would give me a good answer. Are there people who don't even realize they're overspending?
Yeah, there are people that have gotten themselves into a habit to where they just get whatever they want. There's not a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
And they've done that. They've cultivated a lifestyle that way, and they've got themselves into a hole. And boy, that's not where you want to be at in retirement, for sure.
No, I don't want anybody knocking on my door or taking things out of my garage.
For sure.
Yeah, but this is where all of this comes back to the point of find a good advisor where this is concerned.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Tom, that doesn't just mean people in retirement.
Oh,
that piece of advice, don't outspend what you have coming in, is for everybody, even people in pre-retirement. Make sure that you build a cushion. I tell this to young people. Build a cushion. People that they have large credit card debt and everything, they've got several credit cards. I'm like, don't just put everything on the credit cards. Pay the minimums for a while. Pay yourself.
Right.
Build that cushion account. Okay? And once you get that cushion account, 6 months, a year, then start putting larger lump sums onto those and knock the lowest one out first, and then the next lowest one, and pretty soon you're out of credit card debt. And then get rid of those things if you don't have enough discipline to use them to where you can pay them off monthly.
And don't mistake the idea of pay yourself with spend whatever you have. Pay it by putting it in kind of a lockbox. People want more information about Latour Asset Management and all the different ways that you can help them. How do they get it?
Well, Tom, they can always give us a call. The number's on the screen. And definitely go check out our website, latourasset.com.
There you are. Latour
There you go.
Asset Management. A little confusion on my part.
Ozarks First, voted best non-news digital media by the Missouri Broadcasters Association.
Jefferson Starship, the Runaway Again Tour. Saturday, September 19th, the Outdoor Corral Stage at Kansas Crossing Casino in Pittsburgh. With Atlanta Rhythm Section. And Pure Prairie League. Tickets on sale now at kansascrossingcasino.com. Jefferson Starship. All ages show. Entertainment schedule subject to change.
At Ace, we know whether you grill with charcoal, gas, pellet, or griddle, we've got the perfect grill for you. Because only your local Ace has all the best brands in one place, like Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone. With free assembly and delivery of your new grill, along with all the sauces, rubs, and grilling extras, you'll have everything you need for your perfect barbecue. That sounds pretty perfect. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
250 years ago, a nation was born, and ever since, brave men and women have given everything to protect it. This summer, Highland Dairy is celebrating America's 250th with our new limited edition Red, White, and Boom ice cream and a $250,000 commitment to Folds of Honor. Nominate a hometown hero. Spin to win daily prizes. Visit highlanddairy.com/boom. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
The Springfield area just got hit. Damage you can't see today can turn into water inside your walls tomorrow. Insurance companies have claim windows. Miss yours, and that repair bill could be on you. Gallagher Brothers has over 650 five-star reviews from Missouri homeowners just like you. We handle the insurance. We handle the repairs. You only cover your deductible. Inspection slots are filling fast. Call now to lock yours in. Gallagher Brothers Construction, Missouri storm restoration experts, locally owned since 1973.
Attention Ozarks, looking to make great money? The Ozarks First team is now hiring advertising professionals. We're looking for people who have at least 1 to 3 years of experience in sales. To apply, please send your resume to jobs@ozarksfirst.com. In-depth knowledge of advertising is preferred. Qualified applicants will be contacted for an interview. We're ready to make you a part of our team, so apply now.
Our Founders Day of Caring. That means we are out in the community giving back. Today, we're doing that with Better Life and Recovery.
I like to say that we deal hope and foster dignity for people who have used substances. It's amazing to have all of the volunteers out here from Ozarks First.
366 volunteer hours, 79 participants, over $5,000 raised for donation, and a special thank you to Arby's for generously providing lunch for our volunteers. Ozarks First, first for you.
Hey, before we check on the weather, I do want to say thank you to producer Charlie for buying me my very first ever Dutch Brothers coffee.
Are you enjoying it?
I am, Captain. I got a sugar-free vanilla. I love sugar-free options. It's very nice.
But yet, you love sugar.
Oh, I do.
Why deprive yourself of sugar in your coffee?
What if I popped a few of those in my coffee? Here, open that up.
Honestly, okay, I was going to say, you should try.
I just reheated this.
Okay, he just reheated.
I just reheated.
I'm going to go 3.
3, perfect. Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. You ruined my soup, but whatever.
My suit is now ruined. Can't wear it ever again.
I'm going to just shake this up a little bit.
Let it melt.
Yeah.
A little melty.